intellectuals, farmers, workers, entrepreneurs, soldiers. These are the five classes of Vietnamese nation. They all live in harmony, but that's all changed when the imperialists attacked. Only the revolutionary king master of five classes. Only he could stop the imperialists. For he will for the banners of Vietnamese people, the Vietnamese nation. Hi, if you cannot tell by the intro and the thumbnail, this video is about Vietnam flag. Though before we begin, I have first to say that I don't speak any Vietnamese. I like this Thai video where I can speak and read Thai. My sources for this video will be in English, some French, and some horrifically translated Vietnamese. And second, while researching this, I found out that the Vietnam flag had a bit of variation in interpretation. So in this video, I will focus on the official narrative. So with this done, let's get started. Somewhere in the 19th century Vietnam, or rather the imperial dynasty of Nguyen, there was a yellow flag that appeared to represent the empire. Though I couldn't find the origin or the exact year when the flag was adopted, it seemed that the yellow banner was used to represent Vietnam internationally, somewhere around the 1850s. But then the French invaded Vietnam. When the French ran over Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia, the French created a new administrative body, French Indochina. They used the totally original flag on the top left flag, and for our story, we have to look into that entity. Inside French Indochina, there are five entities. Fortunately, we focus on three of them: Cochinchina, Annam, and Tonkin. Cochinchina was taken from Vietnam first, and then the rest of the empire, which then was divided into two, Annam and Tonkin. While they all were governed by French proxy or Frenchmen directly, the emperor is still existed in Annam symbolically. So in the 1920s, they exchanged their own flag, combining the two traditionally significant colors of Vietnam, red and yellow, which could be blood of prosperity and wealth or royalty in some combination of these. Look, the sources is combined two traditional colors, and the flags have red and yellow, but they do not explain what the meanings are. I have to some guesswork, okay? In 1930, under brutal and corrupt French colonial rule in the midst of Great Depression, dissatisfied workers protested and revolted, rallying behind communism and waving the red communist flag. These protests will be later known as the uprising of Nghệ Tin Soviets, named after the provinces of Nghệ An and Hà Tĩnh, where most revolts occurred. In the next year, they were brutally repressed. The second attempt that is important to our story happened on 23rd of November 1940 in southern Vietnam, where in the midst of Nam Key uprising, a certain female-looking red flag with a lone yellow star appeared. Nguyen Hu Chien was born on the 3rd of March 1901 in Hannan province. He came from a humble origin. Despite his origin, he remained politically active in his adulthood and then in jail in Nam Dinh and later Cao prison, which he escaped with Mu Kiang. Then in the 1940s, he joined the Southern Communist Party unit, where they commissioned him to design a flag for an uprising in southern Vietnam, the Nam Key uprising. In the struggle, there may be many hardships, but in the end, they have been crushed by the local colonial force. Before Chien and his comrades were put to death, in his final moment, he wrote a last poem. Today, I have some words before parting to tell you, my comrades across the country, that my spirit will remain within the nation. The resentment will be deeply engraved. My Nama beheading execution had been wiped away. The horrible sentence in Qatar had gone. You should complete the part you shall. The yellow star flag brightens our future. Little did he knows that he will be proven right. His parting gifts stay with Vietnam to this very day. And by sheer miracle, the two gentlemen who took a liking to Tien Desai are Wang Gao, the composer of Vietnam national anthem, and Nguyen Ai Cok, the revolutionary, who you might better know him as Ho Chi Minh. When Japan took control over Indochina, the home movement of anti-fascist movements turned into anti-Japanese movements. The Golden Star flag appeared in one of the many meetings of Viet Minh, which Ho Chi Minh might take a liking into and adopted the flag for the resistance. While Wang Gao was composing the Tien Quan Qua, which would be the national anthem with the flag design in mind. The Japanese tried to combat the home government by setting up a puppet government, the Empire of Vietnam, with a Yen Lulu, we choose a fact based on Lita again for the South, since the Nam part of Vietnam means South. So, but when the atoms split over Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945, Japan surrendered. In North Vietnam, where Viet Minh activity was regular, Viet Minh quickly declared her independence, adopting the Golden Star Red Banner in Article 5. But the South was quickly reinserted into a French sphere of influence, and the French created an entity named Autonomous Republic of Cochin China in, Cochin China. We had the same law and three blue stripe flag, and later added two white stripes between the blues as well, which could be based on the French palette or the French Republican Guard of Vietnam. The ensuing scramble for Vietnam, which we will later known as the First Indo-Chinese War, and the state of Vietnam, was created over the carcass of Cochin China. They had a similar design with Cochin China's, but they have yellow banner with three red stripes through it, symbolizing the three regions of Vietnam, the North, the Middle, and the South. In 1954, when the peace was finalized in Geneva, crediting North and South Vietnam, who retained the predecessor flags, with North Vietnam having the slight shade in the shape of the Good Star. They persisted and claiming to be one true Vietnam. And well, you know where it's going. So in 1976, after the North has won, the flag of United Vietnam was born, with its given meaning as orders of red blood and yellow skin, together we fight under the nation's sacred flag. The flag is so with our red blood shed for the nation. The yellow star is a color for our restless skin. Stand up quickly, our nation's soul is calling for us. Intellectuals, peasants, workers, traders, and army men, united as a five-parted yellow star, determined to fight against the French and the Japanese fascists. Nguyen Hu Tien, 1940. So yeah, this is the video. If you like it, good. Maybe you can like or subscribe to my channel. If you don't like it, have probably please do like comment or add some criticism to my video. I mean, it's still a very new channel. It's a one man army. I do everything: editing, drawing, scripting, researching. This is all me. So I cannot do everything perfectly. So I still try to find my footing and stuff. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, I guess. So the rest of video now is gonna be my afterthought and like a little notes or something along that line. It's gonna be a freestyle. So you see me stutter, yeah. I mean I do stutter a lot, but I don't want to edit any of this part out because I'm too lazy. So yeah, so first of all, you can see the video is a bit delayed. Like in terms of schedule wise, well originally I tried to put it out in like Saturday, Sunday on the weekends, but I was sick, so it was delayed. Actually, you can hear in my voice in the video as well because my voice is a bit, how to put it, lower, yeah, lower. So yeah, I was sick when I was recording and drawing this, so I kind of had to take a break. Yeah, that's why the video is a bit late now. Another thing I'm gonna talk about is the video and the research itself. So how do you put it? The I didn't know I cannot read Vietnamese, so there are sources that I cannot read or some account or something along that line. So I try to use the quote unquote official source and not use like the blog or something that generally do not and cannot be trusted by some standard. I mean, of course, I'm not a professor or sometimes I'm just a man, I try to do my best to follow the historiography. So why I pick up this topic is because while researching this, I found out that you know there are alternatives for the flag as well, either from Le Hong Pong or I forgot the name of the one. I believe Nantin Min Kai or something like that. Basically, they were on the same length with the Yan Hu Qian in that they are fighting against French in like 1940 in South Vietnam. So I mean it's kind of consensus, but as I stated, I cannot prove that, so I won't put it in my video. Another thing that I gonna say is as I was researching this, I I found out that not actually found out, I skip out on some flags because well I cannot verify this. So these flags are, well, first one is the first settlement of Cochinchina by the French. So like in the 1860s, 70s. The fact like kind of spiky blue, but well, I cannot find the source for this, so I just skip it. Another flags, well, actually not flag, it's a group of flags. So this group is what I like to call the Imperial Dynasty of Vietnam, like the Nguyen, the Che Songs, stuff like that. I do not find any sources for this at all. Like the best one I can find is the one I put in the video, the yellow one. So I did not put it in the video, obviously, which is kind of disappointing because when I go into this video, like before I was researching this, I was like expecting to see some of those facts because well, especially the Taesong and like the Nguyen Dynasty one, like the quote unquote real one, the one with the yellow, either yellow or red circle in the middle. I believe they are one of the best facts in Southeast Asia actually. It's kind of sad to know that they are not real. So yeah, aside from that, I can put out my brief. Well, I can't say roadmap, but it's not actually roadmap. It's just kind of way schedule. Well, first of all, I do not want to talk about flag for a little bit. I mean, of course, I was still researching, but it's gonna be flag. The channel, the policy channel is not like to focus on flag only, just to have me a platform to talk about things that I want to do. So yeah, I got skip some flag. So the next video is how do I put it? Be a bit more relevant, I guess, to the current situation in Thailand right now. So yeah, thank you. The second time. Bye.